Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Ultimate Warrior Showdown Season 3, brought to you by Veracity and Esports Fight Club. We are in this 1 versus 1 battle from the Chinese region. My name is Arthur. Mind you, I'm not the person, the handsome guy that you are looking at the screen right now. He is the caster from China, and I'm from Malaysia. So I will be your English caster for today. My name is Arthur. Today we are in semi-finals, and this is the prize pool breakdown for you. Grand champion will walk away with 32,000 renminbi. Of course, second place and third place, they are walking with a lot of good money as well. So a lot of stakes on the line, and we are in semi-finals today. This is the bracket we've seen so far. Some really important matches today would be AQ versus 7E. The mid laner from former newbie versus the current mid laner from SAG, which is a upper division team in Chinese DPC. And of course, on the right side, we have KK versus Jun. KK, one of the more impressive player. We will start with Yi Fanxing versus ZY Presence to find out who's the last one going into the semi-finals. Today is gonna be a very interesting and exciting day because I guess everyone is just waiting, anticipating the battle between AQ and 7E, because they are definitely the two most famous mid laners in this tournament. AQ yesterday brought us some really good match, and today, before we go into that matchup, we will be finding out who's the last semi-finalist between Yi Fanxing on the Radiant side and of course ZY Present on the Dire side. To start game 1, we will go with the POC 1 versus 1. Sometimes when we look at how comfortable the players are on particular heroes, we will look at the Dota Plus level. And if you look at Yi Fanxing on the Radiant side, he's Platinum tier. Z Presence is not bad as well, he's Gold tier. So this is gonna be a very close one because both of them are the master of POC. So let's see who is gonna have an upper hand here. Yes, in yesterday's games, we saw a lot of mid laners starting with a lot of sentries, because we have been seeing a lot of evolvement in terms of strategy. First day, we see lots of them putting the high ground ward. Second day, they're starting to buy more observer ward to cover the ground. And yesterday, which was the third day, we start seeing players buying sentries. And going to the fourth day, the semi-final days, I want to see something more. But seems like no one is buying sentry just yet for the starting item because all of them has invested into this very stats heavy build with Fairy Fire, Circlets, and also Ironwood branches. Let's see who has a buy the block here. Seems like it's gonna be pretty equal. And both of them actually block pretty nicely. I would say Yi Fanxing on the Radiant side has a slight advantage. Already utilizing the illusory orb to take tower and also put in a chip harassment onto enemy. ZY Presence will get the first deny. All that is important. Oh no, the Radiant creep. The range creep did not get secured by Yi Fanxing on the Radiant side. So that was a bit unfortunate. 3 denies to the already 3 denies for ZY Presence. So that could be something big. Oh, phase shift level 1. So this is gonna be the biggest difference between two players. Sometimes we see one of player go for level 1 Waning Reef in level 2. Another will go for phase shift. Me personally, I like the Waning Reef a little bit more because it's just really hard. It's almost nearly impossible to phase shift and dodge the illusory orb because it's just simply not long enough in duration. But seems like this time around, we see both of the players getting phase shift, so they are very eager to trade hits. They are also very eager for any chances to outplay each other. With that being said though, we won't see silence at level 1, but we can already see the level difference between Yi Fanxing and also ZY Presence. 7 denies for the Dire player already. And this is why Yi Fanxing is still only level 2. He's still a quarter away from getting level 3. That is the 7 denies getting into the picture. And of course, the deny on the range creep as well is the most important one. If I think he has to do everything he can to secure this radiant. The range creep, yes, he will. We see magic stick from ZY Presence. Let's see if Ifan Singh has a magic stick for himself too. As you can see there, phase shift is not long enough to dodge the Illustrious Orb no matter how perfectly you timed it. So it seems like dodging left and right could be even more effective in terms of avoiding the damage on the Illustrious Orb compared to using the phase shift. I want to see Zero Present pushing his advantage forward though, because he's about a quarter of XP ahead of Ifan Singh, but he's not using that advantage to his maximum just yet. Because both of them, they are really just doing some right-click harassment on each other. They're not putting some spells, they're not silencing each other or whatnot. It's just pretty chill so far. Seems like they are all in on this right-click harassment. Finally, the first winning wave is used by Ifan Singh. Three magic stick charges for Zero Presence already, plus a Fairy Fire. He has some pretty nice outplay advantage or outplay probability compared to Yifan Singh. Only just received his brand new stick, so he has no charges at all. The lane is getting pushed. Oh, Zero Presence using the silence. Both of them are not gonna have the damage to bring down each other, so harass will be the name of the game here. I really look forward to seeing one trying their best or making some plans to stop the South, because that's what I always see from OpenAI 1 vs 1 when they are doing the SF 1 vs 1. They are always instantly cancelling the South with their races. That's one thing I would really want to see coming out from these players as well. Will they sacrifice their position? Will they sacrifice a couple of creeps to stop the South? I think that might actually be more important than 1 or 2 last hits. Level 5 already on Zero Presence, 3 points on Illustrious Orb, so a bunch of burst damage coming in. I think a couple of days ago we have seen a puck going for 3 points on Winning Wave over Illustrious Orb. That didn't work out too well, because in 1 vs 1 all we want to talk about is not harassment. All we want to think of is to just one-off burst down your enemy. That's why Illustrious Orb is a lot better than winning Rift in that sense. Illustrious Orb also allows a player to secure a range creep without committing the position as well. Level 6 is gonna be the time both of these players are waiting for. It's nighttime as well, so we might see these players getting sentries and observer for their lane, for the high ground vision. Ifan Singh is the first one that do it. So he's gonna have the vision advantage compared to Zero Presence. Can he push this forward to his advantage? Or push this forward to his favor? Dream Coil is available on Zero Presence now, but Ifan Singh is just way too healthy for him to make a kill attempt. Ifan Singh is going for another null. So we have seen some puck going for a triple null or double null into a casual cloak. But so far, I think the winning percentage of a triple null puck is much higher than the cloak. Oh, that's the first time I see a successful dodge with the phase shift. That is the first time across so many days. So well played by Ifan Singh. That really takes a very precise timing and some luck as well. And speaking about luck, he managed to get the last hit on the catapult, which is really big. Oh, the counter Illustrious Orb didn't quite get its Zero Presence there. Clarity is up on Zero Presence. A rather greedy build. Clarity definitely heals a lot more than the Mango, and it's a lot cheaper than Mango as well. Only thing is, there's always the risk of being interrupted. And Zero Presence there managed to utilize at least half of the duration of the Clarity. So I would say that that's a pretty good purchase there. That is a pretty good return from investment. triple now completed on Zero Presence. He does a lot more burst damage compared to Ifan Sing. Does he want to go for it though? He doesn't have enough mana for 3 skills. Whereas Ifan Sing, if he pops the mango, he should have enough mana to try for an attempt. 7.5 minutes into the game. As you can look at the top, as you can look at the bar. Oh, first Grim Coin being used by Ifan Sing. He's getting very low. Counter Grim Coin here. Zero Presence, can he do anything? He does not have mana. He has to get away. Ifan Sing is a lot healthier, but he does not go for the pursuit too. Both of them are just gonna call it a day. Gentleman agreement, ceasefire, and let's fight for another round. 11 magic stick charges now on Ifan Sing. He is really holding that. He is really holding that to the very last moment. He wants to wait it till the 20 magic wand charges and then make a move when it hits the timing. That will give him about 200 to 300 instant burst heal. And if you look at Zero Presence, he does not have any magic wand charges anymore. So by the time Ifan Sing's next Dream Coin is up, he should be looking for an instant aggression. So we'll see. He has a bit of time to himself right now. He can control the mid wave. And seems like that's what he wants to do here. Zero Presence is gonna lose 2 creeps. And this equalizes the disadvantage in terms of early levels from Ifan Sing, because now both of them are freshly leveled 8. There's a cloak on Ifan Sing though, so that's the only difference between these two players. On Zero Presence on the Dire side, we see triple null. On Radiant side, we see double down into a cloak. Let's see which one is better. Oh, Dream Coil first on Zero Presence. Can he turn this around? Ifan Sing has huge magic wand charges. Don't forget that. He pops it. He counters Dream Coil. Seems like he's going for it. He's gonna right click, Fairy Fire trade. Who's gonna get the last hit? Nice Phase Shift attack. Ooh, the silence was up. But Zero Presence, both of them buybacks instantly. So that kill actually did not mean anything there. Ooh, Zero Presence with the large clutch silence on Ifan Sing. That was so close. It was almost in the back for Ifan Sing. But Zero Presence, he managed to get that kill with the Waning Rift. That was really, really close. Alright, we are back to normal right now. Seems like both of them are gonna be waiting for another round of Dream Coil. So we're gonna see this time. Last time around, Phase Shift and Fairy Fire was a big factor. Ooh, Ifan Sing, he silenced up Zero Presence so he didn't get to Phase Shift and dodge the tower damage. That was pretty smart by Ifan Sing. That was pretty smart. All this little harassment counts because these are them planning for the next attack when the Dream Coil is up. And this time, Dream Coil is up. Seems that whoever that does they make the first move will always be in a slight disadvantage. Does this mean that both of them are gonna wait for each other to make a move first, like what we learned from Sun Tzu Bing Fa? One of the most famous military strategical book in Chinese history. It has a famous saying that when your enemy is not making the move, you are also not making the move. Oh, Zero Presence actually bought the Tome of Knowledge. I'm not sure if this is allowed, but this is the first time. This is definitely the first time I've seen someone bought the Tome of Knowledge. And that's why Zero Presence is level 10 right now. Slightly ahead of Ifan Sing. Oh, both of them actually bought a tomb together. Alright, so now they are equal. Zero Presence is slightly ahead though because he got the solo XP on the solo kill. Oh, here he comes. Ifan Sing is super low. He's silenced up. He's rooted up. He couldn't go anywhere else. He's silenced up. Zero Presence and he's gonna join. Oh, here comes Zero Presence. He wants to go for this pursuit. Will he go for this? Silence. Oh, nice Dream Coil to prevent the repositioning from Waning Rift. This time, Ifan Sing sauce up. Oh, Zero Presence, nice clutch play there. He's gonna instantly disconnect of the game, showing dominance, showing no respect to his enemy. That was a close one. That was a very close one. A lot of outplays coming up for each other, but at the end of the day, the cooldown on the spells played a really big role there. And that was why Zero Presence were able to close out the game. All the battles was anyone's battle, really, until the very last moment, especially on the first kill. Even if I think managed to, he didn't manage to get the first blood, he instantly buys back, and the other also instantly buys back, and they equalized the game pretty well. But with the Tome of Knowledge plus the solo ASP on the first blood, ZY Presence were able to get a slight advantage and managed to clinch it with a good kill. So that being said, we're going to the game 2. ZY Presence will go into this series with 1-0 advantage. One more game and he'll move forward. As for Ifansing, he has got to equalize the series for him to stand a chance to still fight for the semi-final spot. With this being said, we'll be coming back after a small break. Once again, shout out to Veracity and Esports Fight Club for making this happen. We will be back in just 2 to 3 minutes. Stay tuned with us.
Prepare for battle.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Game 2 quarterfinals between ZY Presence and Yifansi. Whoever that wins this series will be advancing to semi-final and play up against KK, a very new player coming to our eyes that managed to beat June from SAG to get the semi-finalist spot. So got a lot of games, a lot of fantastic 1 versus 1 battle today. So please stay tuned with us as we got a lot of more amazing stuff to show you. But before that, this is the game 2 of the series between Zero Presence and Ifansing. Last time around, Zero Presence was managed to clinch in a very clutch moment to get 2 kills in a row over Ifansing. This time around, both of them are gonna play the Lash, and again, this time, Ifansing not only he is platinum tier on Lash Track, he's also platinum tier on Park last time around, and the same thing for Zero Presence, he was gold tier on Park, and this time around he is gold tier on Lash Track. But he has proved that even though his Dota plus level is not as high as Ifansing, he had the skill to take him down. This time around, let's see if they have the same result. We're gonna look at the block first, which is gonna be really important whenever it comes to meet 1 versus 1. Last time around, they blocked pretty equally. And seems like this time, the block is also pretty nice for both sides, especially Zero Presence. He's gonna get himself no, actually, Ifansing managed to get a high ground advantage. Despite Zero Presence looked like he got a really good one. Level 1 stun coming out from Zero Presence. Ifansing, we have yet to see what he stealed up. Alright, it will be the Speed Earth. So both of them are gonna just stun each other out, brawl each other out. Only thing I really want to find out is that will anyone skipped the lightning to get more points on Diabolate, because that was what June did a couple of days ago. Yifansing has got a much better laning and CS advantage this time. 3 creeps going to the tower of Zero Presence. This is gonna be hard for him to last hits. He will have to use a lot of mana to secure the creeps with his spells. Seven and 2 from Zero Presence, 5 and 1 from Yifansing on the Dire side. Oh, that was some beautiful last hitting there by Zero Presence. Oh, slightly missed out on the range creep though. That was a little bit unfortunate. That being said, Zero Presence seemed to have a pretty good basic fundamentals on last hitting compared to Yifansing, because 2 times in a row he has gotten himself some pretty nice advantage in the first 2 minutes of last hitting. Level 2 Split Earth coming out from Yifansing. He's gonna be putting down a lot of cheap harassment on Zero Presence. He absolutely wants to deny the range creep, but Zero Presence will get it with the Lightning Storm. Nice stun there by Zero Presence. Both of them so far are connecting all their Split Earth. The only thing is Zero Presence is very low in mana, and Yifansing, he is super healthy compared to Zero Presence. Oh, that's the first miss. Zero Presence instantly turning back and right clicks Yifansing, knowing that the Split Earth has completely missed. No Diabolate skill so far, so no one is going for the style of June there, to just max out on the Diabolic Storm and look to man up at level 6. There's going to be a lot of cheap harassment from both sides. The skill build is identical, but if you look at the last hitting though, Zero Presence is already double up on Yifansing. 21 last hit compared to the 10 last hits. That is some really good fundamentals there being showcased by Zero Presence. And this, can he turn this into his advantage though? Can he turn this into his favor? Oh my god, look at those denies, man. Yifansing might have to be forced to start using last hits, to start using his spells to last hit. Because he has so far he has been saving out the spells to harass instead of to get last hits. But Zero Presence, he definitely know what is more important here. Harassment is not as important as ESP from the lane creeps, and of course the goal as well. Level 5 versus level 4, 3 points on Split Earth for Zero Presence. Man, the last hitting is just so solid on Zero Presence. 25 compared to 13. Once Zero Presence gets to his level 6, the difference will really start showing very obviously. Oh, that's the first miss. That's the first miss from Zero Presence. Nice dodge there. Yifansing is struggling quite a lot right now, as he's really low in level. He has gotten himself a bracer compared to the 2 now from Zero Presence. So a little bit of tankiness could make a big difference here, and also of course the extra HP could come in really handy when it comes to really clutch moment. Another miss from Yifansing. That was a bit unfortunate, but lucky for him, he managed to secure the range kill, which was everything to him. That marks the 10 denies for Zero Presence. Whoa, now you can really tell how much damage the level 3 Split Earth is doing. That almost took like 20% of Yifansing's HP bar. Level 6 is up on Zero Presence. Does he want to do something here? He lands the stun, he goes in for the Pulse Nova, he's manning up. Counter stun coming out from Yifansing, but seems like Zero Presence, he might want to chase for this. He's just gonna round down Yifansing. Old Fire is not gonna help. He guessed the wrong way. Zero Presence, he guessed the wrong way. He went to the left instead of the right. Yifansing, that was some really clutch jukes there. But he is forced to go all the way back home to perform a walk of shame. Zero Presence though, he's a lot lower compared to Yifansing when Yifansing
Structures are fortified.
eventually comes back to the lane with full HP and full mana. So this is where Zero Presence has to think to himself. Does he want to go back home too? Yes, he does. He does not want to spend all the money on the mangoes to keep him full. So he is gonna take a little bit of inefficiency and start going back home. Good counter glyph there coming out from Zero Presence, not allowing Yifansing to push out the lane. So when Zero Presence is back to the lane, he won't be missing out too much EXP and gold on those creeps. That was a good counter glyph there. That was a good counter glyph there. First cloak purchase by Zero Presence. We haven't seen any sentry purchase so far like yesterday. I think that could be a big deal. Oh, Yifansing, he's going in. That's the cloak though from Zero Presence. Oh, the Split Earth is gonna land. Are they gonna just brawl this out? Diabolic. Oh, the Diabolic 1 point on Diabolic compared to 3 points on Lightning Storm on Zero Presence. The burst damage proved to be what it matters the most in 1 versus 1 battle. The 3 points in Lightning Storm did really play the biggest factor here. Okay, Zero Presence, knowing that there's no glyph on Yifansing side, immediately skilled up the Diabolic and looked to press the tower. Mind you, it is 1 versus 0. Zero Presence, he not only has the Q advantage here, he also has the series advantage as he won first game. Yifansing is not looking too good for him. If you look at the winning probability, 71% on Zero Presence. He's gonna go all the way back to his base again. Looks like he's looking to complete the Hood of Defiance. Once that is up, that will give him such insurmountable advantage over Yifansing because of the magical block on all the damage. He's gonna go for third now. So instead of using the gold to complete the Hood of Defiance, he went for third now. That means that his max HP is 100 higher than Yifansing right now, and there's more magical amplification too. Oh, so Zero Presence, does he want to go for this? Seems like they are just gonna charge him. Zero Presence does not want to get into the tower range though. He knows that even though he's strong, but he's not strong enough to tank through all the tower damage and tower shots. Not to mention, there is the aura, HP regen aura and armor aura when Yifansing is under his tower. So that was a very rational decision there for him to back off. Nice Split Earth land on Zero Presence. Now he's gonna go. He has creeps for him to tank some tower shots. Yifansing, he's gonna fall here. Zero Presence will take the series. Congratulations to Zero Presence. He will move on from quarterfinals to semi-final, and he will face up one of the very strong opponents and players in this tournament, which is June. He is the current offlaner for the team SAG that is currently competing in the upper division of Chinese DBC League. That being said, before we go into the break, quick shout out to Veracity as well as Esport Fight Club for making this happen. Do remember to give them a like and follow on their social media channels. They are very active on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. And as for me, my name is Arthur. If you liked the commentary, feel free to follow me across all media, across all social media platforms at Leon Arthur Dota. We'll be right back and we'll bring you AQ versus 70. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the most anticipated matchup between 7E and AQ. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Ultimate Warrior Showdown Season 3 1 versus 1 battle in the Chinese region. We have got two very famous players here, 7E and AQ. 7E is the current mid player for Team SAG, which is currently competing in the upper division for Chinese DBC League. And AQ on the dire side, he is one of the most uprising mid player in Chinese region, former newbie mid laner. Unfortunately, some incident happened and he's not competing very actively in the DBC seasons right now. My name is Arthur. I will bring to you guys this very exciting semi-finals. Game 1 will be started by Last Track 1 versus 1, and we see both of the players being very friendly to each other, saying good luck. Nothing like the question mark that we have seen from Emo at the Singapore Major. Let's see. Like we said, 1 versus 1 always started with the body block contest. Let's see who's gonna get a better block here. Pretty decent block by both sides. 7E is gold tier on Last Track, whereas AQ is silver tier. So I guess it's fair for us to say that 7E has more games and is probably more comfortable in the hero compared to AQ. But we'll see though, because the last series that we have been watching, that wasn't the case. And if you look at AQ, already landed a nice split earth on 7E, but 7E did get the range creep kill though. Right-clicking at each other. AQ, we know that he is a very aggressive player from his previous games. He is not the kind of player that will want to play this 1 versus 1 battle to 10 minutes onwards. He wants and likes to finish the battle before 5-minute mark. And he's one of the smarter player that really knows how to plan out his next attack. In the next wave that I have witnessed so far, I have been really impressed by his 1 versus 1 skills. When it comes to manipulating, when it comes to small micro control of the laning phase, AQ is one of the best players out there. So far, the CS wise is pretty even. 6 and 3 from AQ, 5 and 2 from 7E. AQ is just one creep leading in every department. Look at him, he's constantly harassing 7E from the high ground position. It's always a battle to regain control on the high ground. AQ immediately steps onto the high ground because he knows that it's way easier for him to right click and harass 7E from high ground. Oh, nice lightning storm there by 7E. Really effective one, not only gets the creeps but also gets the harassment on AQ. But that was a sick range creep deny. We haven't seen much action happening. Let's look at a skill build. 7E is holding one skill build here. It's level 3, but only two points. Oh, lightning storm and split build respectively. Only 1 point, sorry. So he's thinking if he wants to skill up and level up the Diabolic Storm. Because if there's ever any situation to man fight or any chances to put down some damage on the tower, he is gonna just immediately pop the Diabolic Storm. How about AQ though? AQ has 2 points on Split Earth and Lightning Storm each. So a lot more burst damage potential coming out from 7E compared to coming out from AQ compared to 7E. Whoa! 7E is a lot lower than AQ right now, but good thing is AQ has already completely burned out all his mana. So he has to start sending a lot of mangles, a lot of clarities even, to maintain his dominance on this lane. 15 last hits on each of the side. This is the battle of top tier mid laners, guys. We don't see what happens in the last game where one side has like 10 creeps advantage. When you are looking at top tier mid laners, they are as good as each other. You see identical situation just like this one. Both of them are almost identical on creep counts, as well as their status of the hero. Interestingly, AQ actually hit one observable ward in the trees, so that when it comes to 5-minute mark, when the nighttime comes, he can instantly pick that up and place it down before Sammy has the vision, so that 7E would not see him placing down the ops. That was some good little play there coming out from AQ. That was a smart idea as well. 3 points on Lightning Storm now. A lot of burst damage. Once level 6 is hit, I think they are gonna just be a lot more aggressive to each other. It's a battle of who gets to the level 6 first. Oh, interesting. As you look at 7E, he has 3 points on Double Storm. So he's ready to just man fight this out. He's ready to just run into AQ when he hits level 6, and that is why mana is a big issue here. He has got to save his mana for the full combo, for the longest duration of the Pulse Nova. Oh, nice juke there by AQ. Also gets the last hit as well. CS count is dead even by this point. So both of them actually are identical in terms of experience. This wave is gonna be very important, because if they manage to get level 6 before one another, they can just straight up run into enemy with the Pulse Nova plus Glyph. Not sure what is happening here, but we'll take a 1-minute break. Seems like our caster has got caught off guard there. Anyway, since we're on a break, once again, shout out to Veracity as well as Esports Fight Club. Thanks for making this happen. It's been so long since we witnessed the last top tier 1 versus 1 battle. Even though this is not an international one, but still it has the most skillful mid laners in Chinese region coming together to give us this beautiful competition. So thanks Veracity and Esports Fight Club. This wouldn't happen without them. So please make sure to follow them, as they will be providing and producing a lot more tournaments like that for us. Seems like we are back. Nothing much has happened. We didn't miss much, both of them. Alright, kids level 6 at the same moment. Let's see who's gonna take the first move first. Whoever that hits the first Split Earth, I would say, has tremendous advantage. But I kind of foresee that the both of them will hit their Split Earth at the same time. It's gonna be way harder for 7E though, because he has only level 1 in Split Earth. Oh, here comes a kill. Double Leg damage. Is that enough? The 3 points on Double Leg, it is enough. That's the power of Double Leg. You just couldn't tell how strong it is. And a kill, he needs some time for him to build up the Pulse Nova damage, but Double Leg is constant, therefore gives him a higher damage output to claim the first split. He will also get a boost of speed. That's interesting. He'll complete the magic 1 plus the boost of speed. I gotta say, this is the first time I've seen anyone pick up boost of speed in the 1 versus 1 battle. Let's see how 7E is gonna use it. Let's see what idea does he have with this boost of speed. Oh, he's gonna get the deny on the high ground op. Good thing is AQ has another one for the backup. Oh, here comes 70. He wants to push the tower. He has 4 points on Double Leg right now. One way to win this 1 versus 1 battle is to take enemies tier 1 tower. That is another strategy that these last strike players can go for. So 7E, he is ready to be cheeky and start putting some damage down to the tower. Let's see how AQ is gonna respond to this. The boost of speed is helping a lot, definitely in terms of blocking creeps. 7E very aggressively pushing out the wave. Oh, the stun coming from AQ though. Can 7E man fight this? He's gonna use the Glyph, it seems. Oh, the Split Earth didn't quite get the connection there. But thing is, he didn't have much mana to work with as well, so that might not be the best dive if he did, if he did decide to go for it. 65% win rate right now from 7E. Can AQ turn this around? Is this too tough for AQ? The most promising mid laner in the China region. It's a pretty quiet wave. This is what we call the calm before the storm. I want to see AQ. Will he go all the way to max out the Split Earth and Lightning Storm? Because even if it goes for 1 point, even if you start building some points on the Diabolic Addict, it's not gonna do too much too. It's not gonna make a whole lot of difference, knowing that 70 has maxed out the Diabolic already, so he's not gonna be able to match out the damage that 70 has. Right, seems like he is very committed into the Lightning Storm damage. He can definitely harass 70 a lot more. The only downside for 70's build is that he's not harassing too hard. That's why he's always holding a bunch of salve, a lot of salve for him to regen up, because he knows that he won't be able to do the same thing to AQ. That's why having a salve in his inventory is gonna be so important. Oh, he runs up to AQ now. He got the stun. AQ uses the glyph so that the crypt stays alive and shares some of the damage from Diabolic. That was insane play coming up from AQ. And seems that AQ is gonna quickly push the lane and look to put down some damage on 7E's tower. That was a clutch usage of the glyph. That was a really clutch usage of the glyph. AQ will get to put down some really good damage. All of a sudden, the winning probability is even out for AQ. That is the power of personal skill, guys. That is the knowledge of knowing how to win out a 1 versus 1 battle. Oh, this time 7E, he might be able to just walk up to the tower and kill the tower with this level 4 Diabolic Addicts. Because AQ, he's pretty healthy, but he has no mana to play with. Is 7E just gonna kill the tower just like that? AQ has nothing. He has no choice but to send a lot of mangoes so that he can stay in this lane. He doesn't get to go back all the way to his fountain to regen up because there's no glyph. Will 7E turn this around? Utilizing the fact that AQ has spent all his mana to get a kill there? You know that 7E really wants to go for it. You can tell that he wants to go for it. He's lingering around the tower range with his boost of speed, trying to do as much damage, as much cheap harassment as he could to the tier 1 tower. But AQ, he's defending pretty well here. 7E though, can he abuse the downtime of the glyph from AQ and just go all the way to kill this tower? We'll see very, very soon. He's playing safe so far. Oh, he's spooked up. He's going for the cheeky play. He is going for the cheeky play. He's gonna go all the way behind to the tower of AQ and burst it down with Diabolic. Let's see. Will AQ see this coming? Okay, here he goes. He's stunned up on the tower. Oh, AQ recognized it. Is it too late? No, he gets the stun. Oh, 7E, he's gonna burst down AQ first. AQ gets the kill. 7E. Haha. He got cheeky, but AQ knew that was gonna happen. He was so smart. AQ is just one step ahead of 7E right there. And this is why we keep saying that AQ is the most promising player from the China region. If it wasn't for the newbie incident, we might have seen him in one of the upper division team right now. But that was a very, very nice attempt coming out from 7E as well, combining with the skill and of course the knowledge and of course the creativity to end the game. Unfortunately, AQ was just a bit too smart for that. Very good offense, but even better defense coming out from AQ. That being said, we will take a small break, then we'll jump right into game 2. We will be back very soon. Stay with us.
for battle.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with game 2 of semi-finals in the Ultimate Showdown. In the Ultimate Warrior Showdown Season 3, 1 versus 1 battle for the Chinese region. AQ versus 7E once again. Last time around, AQ did get the clutch kill and clutch defense from the cheeky little play coming out from 7E, trying to wrap around to the behind of the tower and burst the tower down with the double edict. That was completely read by AQ. He read him like a book. He defended his tower successfully and managed to get a victory in game 1. So this time around, we'll see if AQ can close this series with a clean 2-0, or can 7E push this to the limit of AQ and force a game 3.
30 seconds to battle.
Unfortunately, we don't see the SF just yet. SF is very much deserved and preserved for the game 3. Game 2, we will be seeing Lina versus Lina. Honestly, I'm a bigger fan of Lasher versus Lasher and Lina versus Lina compared to Puck and Puck, because Puck versus Puck feels a little bit too stretched out sometimes. And Lash and Lina, both of them has a stun to play with, so there's a lot more outplaying potential for both sides. 7E this time will be on the dire side, AQ will be on the Radiant side. Both of them go for very similar item build, a lot of stats, some fairy fire for outplaying potential, and of course for the last tasting as well. It turns out to be identical. Only thing is not different is the placement of those items. Good block coming in from AQ, and an even better one coming in from 7E, as he will get himself the high ground advantage from first wave. First LSA is landed by AQ, but 7E he went for the level 1 Dragon Slave, trying to, aiming to get the last hit on the range trip, but was denied by AQ. So that was a little bit unfortunate, as said by 7E. AQ does not have the Dragon Slave to secure his last hit, so it's purely on him to use his fundamental of last hitting to get last hit, and turns out he has got 2 denies so far. 7E has level advantage here. Seems like he wants to push these to his favor. Oh, 7E has gotten himself a stun at level 2. So unlike, right. Oh, that was a mistake by me. Yep. Dragon Slave by Fire of Soul, LSA by and Fire of Soul from AQ, which is the most common build right now, because you want to land a spell and then start building up the right click damage and speed against your enemy. AQ this time, he will be the one pushing the tower into 7E's, pushing the wave into 7E's face. Nice deny there on the range creep by AQ. He even tried to LSA 7E so that he could not get to last hit on the range creep. So that was some really good trick from AQ. Oh, another range creep getting denied. 7E got to be focused here. He gotta focus even more here, because that was like, what, the 3rd range creep that was being denied? So good play coming from AQ. AQ is trading back, he's right-clicking back to 7E, knowing that whenever he has the aura of the tower, he will have the trading advantage, thanks to the HP regen aura and also the extra HP, extra armor. Both of them have completed their null. No magic stick from either side just yet. Oh, Dragon Slave was just a little bit too slow there by AQ. Almost identical last hit counts by both sides, except that AQ has 4 more denies than 7E, and that also means that he will have an earlier magic stick compared to 7E. That will give him a lot of outplaying potential as well when it comes to the man fight situation. Oh, AQ trying to dodge the secondary LAC, but did not manage to do it. Oh, AQ. 7E got to always remember that there is the magic stick charges on AQ, so he will always need to count that instant heal and take that into consideration when he is going for this manning up situation.
You've been burned.
AQ does not have a lot of mana to play with now. He's gonna catch the LSA first, but he also counters LSA the 70, and it was a successful one. both sides has not much mana left with them. Seems like level 6 is gonna be the biggest timing both sides are looking for. With the Laguna, they can easily find a chance to burst each other down, which is why keeping a healthy amount of mana is gonna be really important when the level 6 is approaching. Might even want to just save up some mangoes and put them in the trees and hide them in the trees so that they can use the mango to surprise their enemy. Because you're damn sure that both of them are definitely constantly checking each other's health and mana to know how much of an edge they can go. So having the surprise mango hidden in the trees might actually be the game-winning play here for both sides. Oh, nice Dragon Slave securing 2 creeps and also doing damage to 7E. That's an effective Dragon Slave, or if anything. Oh, both sides stunning each other simultaneously. But 7E does have the high ground advantage. He's gonna get pushed back by AQ though. AQ, he's not gonna utilize the glyph to get this to go for the attempt because he doesn't have much mana. He also doesn't want to commit his magic stick as well. He wants to save magic stick for the last clutch fight so that he could turn things around. The career usage is also an art when it comes to 1 versus 1 too, because you gotta be so careful with what items that you are buying, because there's a little downtime with the career delivery, so they better make sure that they get all their needs at once, especially the salves. Both of them are level 6 right now, still not making a move on each other though. They're trying to bring each other a little bit lower to the killing threshold. Only thing is they don't have enough mana for that. They'll have to have a couple of mangoes saved out on their inventory for them to do so. 7E is in dying range though. LSA simultaneously. AQ is going for it. He got surprised. That was 7E's magic stick saving him. AQ, did he also committed his magic stick? Yes, he did too. So this is where 7E is gonna come back and have an advantage over AQ, because this time around 7E he has the Laguna Blade ready. He has the Laguna Blade ready. And AQ does not have that. AQ is really low though. Let's see what is he trying to do. He's sending out 2 mangoes and 1 clarity. It means that in short time, in at least 30 seconds, he will be forced to play very safe. 7E wise, he's claritying up and he's looking to build into the second null. So saving up the gold for a second null instead of spamming them on regenerations and consumables. Unfortunately misses the LSA there. AQ is just constantly solving up. He's constantly remaining at full HP so that he don't drop to the threshold that he would get instantly burst off. And that's why you see him always holding extra mangoes and also salve so that there's no downtime. Instantly buying another 2 mangoes plus 1 salve. That's like the rinse and repeat format for AQ here until he gets a kill. Oh, seems like both of them want to go on each other now. Laguna Blade at the same time. 7E! He's gonna drop to AQ here. That's because AQ was slightly healthier than 7E and he managed to exploit that to his full advantage. This is why AQ has been just spamming in all the mangoes and salve every single wave and always keeping him as healthy as possible. He's gonna have a pretty good time just chipping down the damage. Let's see how much damage he's dealing to the tower. 70% win rate so far though for AQ. He's very close. He's very, very close to moving into the grand final here. Already taken half health of the tower. So another attempt like that, or simply another kill, AQ will be walking away. Or rather walking into the grand final. He's going back to block the creeps a little bit. 70 is also doing the same. 70 has 2 now this time, so maybe that could make a difference. Because AQ only had 1. Observer ward being placed down. I saw a sentry on AQ before. Oh, AQ seems like he wants to go for this, but he got stunned by 7E. So that was a bit unfortunate. Otherwise, you're damn sure that AQ is going for it. Oh, AQ trying to go high ground. Smartly dodges the LSA. He's getting the last hit on the observer once get denied by 7E. So that was a pretty cute deny there. Also very good attempt with the sentry to remove the vision of 7E. So 7E is completely blind when he walks down off his high ground. Might not want to do that. Might want to be super disciplined and just stay on the high ground. It gets better now as it is daytime. Oh, look at AQ. He seems to always know when 70 is gonna use the LSA. He's always preemptively moving backwards when he sensed the LSA is coming from 70. So that was really smart. 70 bought his own sentry and is looking to get back his vision. It's a huge wave going to his face though. LSA simultaneously hitting on each other. AQ wants to go for it, but 70 is already back into tower range. Oh, AQ took 3 tower hits there. That was a bit painful. But he does have, look at how many self he has. He's consuming 1 self and he still has another 2 self. So you know that this guy is completely committing into regens instead of any items. Will he actually win this game by taking down the tower instead of getting second kill? We'll see very soon. He has another self. Oh, he's gonna get a kill with Dragon Slave. GG called by 7E. AQ. What a play coming out from this player. He knows how to win 1 versus 1, man. He knows that the now is not what is not the game breaker here. It's not the deal breaker here. He knows that having slightly more HP compared to the opponent is the factor for him to close down this game, and he committed to that playstyle very disciplinary. So that, ladies and gentlemen, means that AQ is our first grand finalist. As for 7E, he will be playing for the 3rd place, which also gives them a gift, and which will also give him a pretty good money for his return on this run. So that being said, we'll go to the next series very, very soon. Before we go, big shout out to Veracity and Esports Fight Club for making this happen. We'll take a small break and we'll be back for KK versus ZY Present. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, we are finally back with the Ultimate Warrior Showdown Season 3 1 vs 1 battle from the Chinese region. This is semi-finals and we will be watching KK versus ZY Present. If you guys have been following us, you should have seen ZY Present's power with his puck that got him into semi-finals in the first series of today. This time around, we'll see if he can win two series in a row to get himself into the grand final. AQ, the former newbie mid laner, is awaiting a winner from this series to be meeting him at the grand final. So whoever that moves on from this series will be fighting for championship against AQ. Puck once again as the first game of the series. We can definitely see that ZY Presence is slightly more comfortable against compared to KK. KK is only bronze tier in terms of Dota Plus level, and ZY Presence is gold tier. We definitely see how comfortable ZY Presence was at the previous series. So I'm really excited about this match. Let's start with the block here. Both of them went for the identical starting item once again. Circlet, Iron Branches, Tango, and a Fairy Fire. Of course, Fairy Fire is the most important item in 1 vs 1 battles, so that you have the edge of outplaying your enemy. And if you don't, that also means that you are lacking of 2 extra damage compared to your opponent that has 1 Fairy Fire. Oh, seems like both sides is already being very aggressive. Oh, ZY Presence getting the nice deny there on the range creep. That means everything. In 1 vs 1, deny range creep means everything. In return, KK will also be getting the deny. I'm surprised ZY Presence did not use the Illustrator Orb to get the range creep. That was a waste of opportunity there. Oh, phase shift. Oh, I think that totally blocked the damage of the Illustrator Orb. So that was a nice try coming from KK. A good dodge from ZY Presence as well. Did not want to use phase shift to try and dodge it because it's just so hard. Instead, just sidestep to the right and completely juke that off. So good play coming up from both sides so far. ZY Presence in the last series that he played against Yifan Xing, he was getting a very dominant advantage over last hits. This time around, he's getting pressured a little bit by KK. He's only 3-1 so far. KK will get this range deny once again. And ZY Presence is forced to use Illustrator Orb to get the last hits under tower because Puck might not be the best hero to last hit under tower without his spells. So it also means the Illustrator Orb won't be used to harass KK. So it seems like so far 2 minutes in, KK is getting a pretty small advantage over ZY Presence in terms of harassment and also last hitting. However, ZY Presence is slightly healthier than KK though, so that is one thing that he is having some advantage at. Oh, once again, did not manage to use phase shift to block the Illustrator Orb damage. Even if he timed it perfectly, it's hard to tell. It's just hard to tell because the duration of the level 1 phase shift is just way too quick. Oh, another perfect dodge by KK. I am impressed, guys. I am impressed. Because out of the 50 attempts that I've seen across the days I've casted 1 vs 1 puck, I think I have only seen 3 successful dodge with phase shift on the Illustrator Orb, and KK has already done twice in the first 3 minutes. So that was very impressive to me. ZY Presence is level 4 now. Both of them has a point in silence. KK is gonna be the one solving up here, so he's gonna be quite healthy compared to ZY Presence. Unfortunately, the Illustrator Orb didn't quite land there. Otherwise, he could have forced another salve from ZY Presence. Instead, ZY Presence is just gonna heal up with some Tangle charges since the Illustrator Orb didn't hit. So he could afford to just slowly heal up with the Tango. Which is good as well, because Tango is much cheaper than Salve. That's why we see some of the players that go for clarity as well. Another dodge! Wow! That's the third dodge on Illustrious Orb damage in this game. I am very impressed. I am very impressed, guys. Oh! And the dodge on the silence as well. It's more like Zero Presence missing the silence though. Another dodge with phase shift. Man, KK is making this look so easy. He is making this look so easy. I'm not sure what the trick was, but he has successfully done it. Like, just like a walk in the park. And for so many players, I've seen them trying their best to dodge the damage and they wasn't able to do so. Phase shift to dodge the last attack. Oh, he just gonna barely walks out of the Illustrious Orb range. 2 points on silence though on KK. That could be the deal breaker here. Because I think Zero Presence went for 3 points on Illustrious Orb. 2 points on silence plus the Dream Coil later on at level 6 could actually bring a lot of trouble to Zero Presence. So we'll see. Zero Presence has to go all the way back home. Compared to KK, who have a completely free waved orb to himself, and he's also looking to deny all the creeps as fast as possible, so that Zero Presence don't get to absorb all this experience. This is gonna give a pretty good level advantage or experience advantage to KK, because Zero Presence is gonna come back to the lane with only level 5, and KK is already half into 6. Does he want to go for this? Zero Presence got level 6 though. So that was a little bit unfortunate there with the timing. Wait, who's gonna win this out? Fairy Fire from both sides. The silence on Zero Presence. KK is in much trouble. KK will fall. Zero Presence. It seems like every time when it comes to part 1 versus 1, whoever that used the Dream Coil first will be on a disadvantage because he's forced to stay in the same place, right-clicking the puck that has the Dream Coil with him. So it's very hard for the one that make the move first to get out from danger. Because Dream Coil is always used later on by the other side. And Zero Presence proves once again that the first mover does not get an advantage in this puck 1 versus 1 battle. There's 1 kill already on Zero Presence. He's still pretty healthy compared to KK. So KK actually does not get any advantage out of this, out of the trade. 65% win rate for Zero Presence so far. Zero Presence has 3 mangoes and 2 sulfur, a lot of consumables. And also, of course, the magic stick. And as for Zero Presence, he has completed the second null and of course magic wand upgraded as well. Third null incoming. That is gonna give him a lot of burst damage now and a lot of right click damage as well. Does man go for this? Dream Coil on KK. Can he get the silence? He stops the salve, secondary salve from KK. He's gonna fall to the 1 right click. Very nice play by Zero Presence, instantly disconnected from the game, showing no respect, showing no mercy to his enemy. That was some really good understanding coming out from Zero Presence, and that's why we say this is a hero that we have to watch out for. Because in the first series today, in the quarterfinals, he played really well and showed dominance. This time around, he showed dominance just like the first series. That being said, congratulations to Zero Presence for taking down game 1. We'll take a small break and we'll come back with game 2. Before that, huge shout out to Veracity and as well as Esports Fight Club for making this happen. We'll be right back in a couple of minutes. Stay tuned with us.
for battle.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the game 2 of the series between KK versus Zero Presence. Last time around, Zero Presence managed to got a clutch last minute man fight win against KK and secured the 1 game advantage into this series. This time around, if KK wants to have a shot to get into the grand final, he has got to equalize the series by winning this game. So it's a do or die for KK here, and Zero Presence definitely is looking to finish this series with a clean 2-0. Not sure what Zero Presence is doing here. All the way out from his laning creep. Is not going back to block the creep just yet. Perhaps he's trying to see if KK will be warding somehow. He's gonna go back to position himself for the block. Meanwhile, KK is already ready at his tier 3.
The battle begins.
Another 1v1 from Lena. So I'm just waiting to see the SF, man. If we ever get into game 3, we will be seeing an SF. So far we haven't. Alright. Seems like KK is on Dire side and Zero Presence is on Radiant side. Oh! KK has already popped a Fairy Fire though. Oh, there was a misclick there coming from KK. That was a little bit sad. Oh, it means that he's like he's one Fairy Fire weaker than Zero Presence now. Oh, LSA first hit land on KK. Oh, hold on. Zero Presence planted two trees in a row, so both of these players are already starting with some pretty marginal mistake here. It's -75 and -50 from both sides. But of course, you know, this means that Zero Presence has a net 25 and he's gonna eat another tree in return. KK does not have the LSA, meaning that he doesn't get to destroy the tree. He also does not want to go all the way up to risk his position to cut the tree with Tango as well. So turns out Zero Presence did not actually lose anything from that mistake. KK is already suffering quite a lot here. He's forced to consume the first salve. Another LSA land by Zero Presence. Oh, third LSA land. He's gonna use that to secure the range creep as well. Very nicely done. First salve committed by Zero Presence. Can he man up after this salve though? We'll see. Because KK is not looking very healthy here. KK is not looking very healthy. He might have to commit another salve. But nice LSA stun coming out from KK there. Oh, another hit on KK. Counter LSA and Dragon Slave as well. Both of them has no mana anymore. So it's a pure battle of last hitting right now until the mangoes kicks in. Almost identical CS count so far. Both are sitting at 10 and 10, just somewhere around 10. Mana management is also such a big knowledge and art when it comes to 1v1 battle as well. Last time around, we see AQ prioritizing having full mana and full HP a lot compared to 7E prioritizing items. I definitely agree with AQ there, because always remaining at the best health and mana is always better than having one extra item and not having the mana to use any spells. Let's see if you see any similar approach from both of the players here. Oh, instant double mango, but Zero Presence, he did not get to use any spell. He got stunned immediately by KK. KK brought 3 mangoes with him here. So he's gonna instantly get back to pretty good mana if he decides to consume them. Nice LA stun, hitting at the edge. Oh, Zero Presence wants to fight back though. He's not strong enough. He's gonna be forced to go back, and KK gets the last hit, the deny on the range creep. Both sides are pretty low so far. They're only sitting at 1 null. 2 more tangles coming out from Zero Presence. Oh! Simultaneously, double LSA from each other. The Dragon Slave is not gonna be enough. There's the magic stick from KK. There is a magic stick from KK if he wants to save himself from that situation, but it wasn't needed at all. Oh, hold on. KK is only holding 1 now. I swear it's so hard to tell which Lina am I looking at. Seems like the one with magic stick is Z present. KK once again is gonna take the trip back to the fountain, meaning that alright, he will not lose any XP because Z present is doing the same as well. Both of them are going back home to get healed completely to full, and so that they could have the full mana to play out the triple skill combo. The LSA into Laguna Blade into Dragon Slave combo. Both of them are eyeing on that. That's why they make the trip home. So it's gonna be super balanced here for both sides, since they go for the same approach. Okay, it's about who getting level 6 first. It seems like 0% is gonna get level 6 first. Oh, can he finish him off? 1 Dragon Slave, he gets the first split. And mind you, KK does not have TP. So that was really well played by 0%. He came down to the lane, instantly killed 2 range creep, get to level 6 as fast as possible, and instantly make a move on KK. That was some well calculated attempt there by 0%. And even better for 0% is he has the catapult wave, so he's able to do a lot of damage. KK knows it, he calls GG. He knows that he won't be able to make it in time to the lane. He GG out, he disconnected instantly. 0% will be the one winning 2 series in a row today and make himself all the way into the grand final, and he'll be challenging AQ, the final boss, the most promising mid laner out there a couple of years ago in Chinese region until the newbie incident. So that being said, congratulations to Z Presence, and we will be winning a grand final between AQ and Z Presence tomorrow. And of course, the third place fight as well between 7E and KK. That being said, that's all for us tonight. Once again, before we go, shout out to Veracity as well as Esports Fight Club. Thanks for making this happen. My name is Arthur. I am your English caster for today. I'm not the one that you are looking at the screen right now. So if you want to know how I look like, do feel free to follow me on my social media at Leon Arthur Dota. That's all for us tonight. Good night and have a good rest. We'll see you tomorrow.